On this week of A Date with Adbahaya, everything has been going bas. But today, let's talk about marriage and lifestyle. But before then, watch this. Our popular comedian in person of LC Okwecha has announced separation with his wife, and this has raised commotion amongst Nigerians, and they begin to question the kind of marital practices we now operate in Nigeria. Look at some of the tweets. So that's few of the tweets that caught my attention, and I have decided to talk about it today. When we talk about the concept of marriage, it differs from person to person, but one definition that covers it all is that marriage is the conjugal bliss between two people who are willing to make it work. As a single person, you can easily bring up your ideas on what you think an ideal marriage should look like. Of course, I have been there before, but now the ringing tone has changed. Marriage is not as easy as it looks. It is high time we all start telling each other the truth. There are people who actually value their mental health to any other thing in this world. Hence, you see that when you want to talk about divorce, it cannot be discussed without mentioning our celebrities as victims. Do you know what it actually takes to become famous? Do you know what it entails to build up a career? Do you know that there are people with money that still cannot build their career till date? So this should tell you that it involves a lot of mental pressure before one can be wherever they want to be in life. So at the end of the whole thing, when you finally find yourself at the peak of what you have worked for all years, the only thing you would desire is mental awareness, mental peace. I am saying this because people from the tweet are saying that why is marriage more rampant amongst the celebrities? Divorce is rampant all over the world, all over Africa, Nigeria, within our states, our community. There is a high rate of divorce every damn day. So we should be looking out to what are actually the causes. What are those things that should have been avoided? What are those things that we need to start looking onto? What are those things we should do away with? And what are the things we should adopt that is going to make our marriage work? I think that should be the next question, not to blame celebrities for choosing their mental peace over drama. It takes nothing but readiness and finance to get married, but it takes more than just age and money to stay married. No marriage deserves to experience divorce. Every children deserves to have both parents in their watch. But shit happen, right? Something we cannot control. A whole lot is happening in our lives as an individual, marriage aside. So you need to be with somebody who actually fit into your mental kind of life. At least, if it is not 100%, but at least 70%. So this is one reason why marriage is crashing. Because we are married to an opposite attraction, to somebody who understands nothing about our journey. We need to be with people who understand that we have been through a lot, that we want nothing but peace. And for us to be able to achieve this, we need to be at peace with ourselves, with nature, with the environment, with everything that has to do with our daily existence. Marriage is not as easy as it's been pictured. So I always laugh when I come to social media and I see people saying that the reason why there is high rate of divorce is because couples of nowadays, they do not entrust their marriage into the hands of God. God has done his part in ensuring that you meet your missing rib. It is now your duty, you both duty, to keep it going. Of course, you need God in your daily life, but let's stop wrapping everything around God, because that is the reason why we have been giving our brain to reason. People are going through a lot in marriage. There is a lot of endurance happening inside marriage. Of course, now I can gallantly and boldly say this because I am already into the system and I know what it takes. I nearly filed for divorce just 2 weeks after my marriage, or let me even say the very night of my wedding, because the whole thing was like, are you kidding me? Is this who you truly are? You know, the music changed. I was just like, no, I'm out. So I have been hearing people talking about how unhappy they are with their marriage, and I'm always like, you can make it work. But now I'm here. Yes, I'm trying to make it work too. So when you see two people separate, you should pray for them, that they should find peace, and God should help them to open their heart so that they can understand each other better. It takes a lot of tolerance, a lot of everything for you to be able to sustain marriage. In all honesty, we need to start telling ourselves the truth and stop blaming people who filed for divorce. See, I think I don't pray that this divorce that is about happening to our popular comedian, I don't pray that it succeed. No, I want them to be together. I love seeing couples stick together, but it's not funny, you understand? So before you come on social media to pass judgment and who is staying married or who chooses not to stay married, you should also think about it, that what if they force themselves to stay together because of what society will say, and at the end of it end up killing each other? Like I said, there is need for a whole lot of tolerance, and it's not everybody that have that patience. It's not everybody that can tolerate. And some of those people have stayed in their marriage for years. They have tolerated more than enough, and they just feel that they can't tolerate anymore. That everybody should go their separate ways. Because if we truly want to tell ourselves the truth, the main reason why some people are still married today is because they already have children. So when you have the children and you have the money, you will start fighting for mental peace. And if you know that marriage is not giving you that mental peace, if you're walking away, you're not going to look back. So let's be truthful to our existence for once. And the other suggestion I have to make to this is that we should make marriage more fun. We should make marriage to have more meaning aside from sexual gratification and procreation. So I watched a video of a marital counselor online who was saying that we should serve each other in marriage, because that is the first step to making it work. Serve your spouse. Act like you are doing it as if like your life depends on it. You should stop expecting, just serve. It is natural. When you serve, when you give, people will learn your act of kindness from you. You understand? So as for the women, we have been taken advantage of. We know that our mothers has been taken advantage of, most especially as a Nigerian who grew up under the roof of your parent. We know that when women tend to be submissive to their husbands start taking advantage of them. But this is not applicable to the educated ones. Trust me. You should serve people without expecting anything in return. You should serve your husband because it is the dutiful and rightful thing for you to do. Your husband will naturally learn, and you should learn the better way to communicate. The same thing to men. A man should serve his wife like his life depends on it. In Nigeria, men tend to not be at their best towards their wife because everything and most of the things they do is channeled towards satisfying the expectation of the society. So when I come online and I hear people say that Africans, Nigerians, they now practice the marital format of that of the Westerners, and that is the reason why our marriage is not working, I just laughed. Trust me, if we adopt the Western format of marital practices, I believe that the rate of divorce would have reduced drastically, because you always find these people serving each other. You always find these people loving each other unconditionally. You can hardly tell who is a husband and who is a wife. But in Africa, my fatherland, it is a total different story. You always find couples who want to prove that she is the neck and she is the tail and I am the reason why the head can function, and the man who wants to prove that he is the head of the family and start taking advantage of the wife. We need to change our mental perception towards marriage. Let's make it more fun. Nobody is a boss when it comes to marriage. The purpose should be to make it work and not to be the ruler over anyone's life in marriage, because that shit doesn't last for long. Even if you check our forefathers, that kind of overrule their wife in that manner, in their old age they tend to suffer it, because as at the time they now need the attention of their wives, that period is when their wife will now start showing them shagia that they have done towards their wife. Their wife will start paying them in their old age, and that is not the kind of that's not the kind of line we want to follow as youths. So I urge that we all should learn to increase our dose of patience. Go to the chemist, go to the pharmacy and get more drugs, dosage of patience, and take it, because it is a forever deal. See, trust me, it's either you make it work or you leave. And when it comes to the challenges that arise in marriage, it differs from home to home. So sometimes you look at people's spouse and you're like, I wish that man is mine, unlike my husband. I wish that woman is mine, unlike my wife. Until you are in their shoe, until you cheat on your wife with them, before you start appreciating your spouse. We all have our mental problems, you understand? So we cover ourselves up with fabrics, with makeup, and with smile, so you don't get to know people until you're closer to them. So that's the reason why you see that some people, they would date for years and immediately they end up together, the whole story, the whole music will change. It will be as if they just met themselves yesterday and they got married the following day. And if this keep happening, it should tell us that marriage is the institution that it is defined to be, right? That it is the place of reality. It is the place where you will find out the truth about an individual. It is the place where you will become your true self, where your husband will become his true self. And you have just one choice: accept them for who they are. As long as there is absence of abuse, violence, I think every other thing is manageable. Including cheating. Yeah, just sit your spouse down and talk it out, because if you file for divorce because of cheat, you're gonna have to file for millions of divorce in your lifetime. May our marriage work. Do have a nice day, and thanks for joining A Date with Adibahaya this week. Do follow, like, comment and share our video, and follow for more updates.
Every marriage has its own challenges, and every marriage is unique. The marriage that you are admiring and the marriage that you find shining, outstanding, has been through its own challenges, and they have their own dynamics.